Since you wrote the book, have you seen anything involving AI recently for K-beauty?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Well, not specifically for K beauty, but the Bold Glamour filter, which I like to talk about. The Bold Glamour filter is all the rage. It came out probably, I think, in February, early February on TikTok, and it is so good. It basically makes us look like the most ideal version of all of the global beauty standards, which is smooth, youthful, plump lips, made up eyes, big bright eyes, kind of ethnically ambiguous, but really just kind of the very glammed up Kardashian version of yourself or myself would just get grafted on with this particular filter. And then
Uh,
it doesn't break when you wave in
right.
front of it. It doesn't kind of have that lag that we're sort of used to in the early filters when they first came out on Snapchat. And a lot of people love it and actually use it, but it's also so ripe for critique because it shows you that um, AI is really only as good as all the data that it's fed.
Right.
And based on all the data that have been fed into AI generated filters, Bold Glamour is a AI generated filter. It is one that uses a technology called GANs, which does it allows us the AI to use less data, but an aggregate amount of it to kind of fill in the gaps to understand, okay, this is what you're meaning. This is how you're wanting to look. And it does it so well that you're seeing it, you're going to see it proliferate. So it is a marker of things to come. And what I imagine is that the more these kind of proliferate, what I worry about is that the more sort of used to it we get. And then we sort of expect and raise the standard of what we're supposed to present ourselves and how we're supposed to perform ourselves
Mm,
to a cyborgian, cyber led standard, which the human body is never going to be able to reach. But the
right.
narrower the idea of beauty becomes, then the wider the pool of ugly becomes, or unattractive, or not meeting the standard. And that continues to create anxiety for those who can't change themselves to fit whatever the standard is. It's not good societally, but also it creates a lot of anxiety for the people who do fit because they're constantly kind of on this treadmill of having to look good or stay looking good and maintain their youth or smoothness or firmness or thinness. And nobody wants to, I just don't think that's a great end for us because I don't think the cure for fat phobia is for everybody to be skinny. Just
Mm,
as I don't think the cure for homophobia is for everybody to be straight, right? I think the cure for lookism, which is appearance based discrimination, should be that it should not be that everybody should be pretty, which is kind of the direction that we're going because it's like, oh, yeah, you can just fix that. It should be that we have a far, far, far wider notion of what beauty is that is not so linked and tied to appearance. Like there's plenty of beauty in nature. There's plenty of beauty in art, but that beauty isn't like looks, right? It's something far more nuanced and spiritual, I think.